Hi, everybody. My name is Mark, and this is the first in what I hope to be many video podcasts. I've never done it before, but I'm not even sure why I want to do it, or what I'm going to talk about. But I believe that I could really help people who aren't as open and communicative as I am, or they're just afraid to. But my video podcast will just be about politics, what's going on in the world, myself, some personal stuff. I get a lot of. I had someone told me that for a guy, I'm very emotional, and that I should be a man or an alpha or a beta or whatever. The problem with that is that I'm very aware that I'm emotional, and there's nothing wrong with a man being emotional. There really isn't. That's my personality, and that's who I am. And you really can't change that. If someone's emotional, okay, it's a good thing and it's a bad thing depending in the context. It's better than being sensitive, I guess, right? But anyway, so when I become emotional in terms of being angry or mad, I start ranting, and it really turns a lot of people off. But for me, I find ranting as a good way to let it out. But it's also a bad habit, and I need to stop breaking it. So maybe that's part of the reason I'm doing this, because I have a lot of emotional things that are bottled up inside me, and sometimes I just need to talk or vent, and I wish more people would understand that, because it's really important that if you don't have that support from others, what do you do if that control becomes to the point where you can't control it at all, and it gets to the point where we just alienate everybody? I'm going through some hard stuff right now, some things that I thought I could deal with, but I can't, and I'm trying really hard to do it. And unfortunately, it's not conducive for me or fear, but I have things that need to be said, but nobody is really understanding of what I'm going through. And right now, I'm going through a lot of things that are very hard for me, and there are certain things happening that are making it worse. And I'm trying really hard, because I had made a mistake. What I said, something that was meant as a joke, got taken seriously, and I made a very bad mistake, a fatal mistake that I'll never make again. And it's changed things, really. I may end up losing a friend or two because of it, but that's my decision. Just because sometimes the best way to deal with something is to I don't know. I don't really know how to deal with it. That's the problem. But how many times do we make mistakes and then end up suffering for it? How many times do we end up making a mistake that ends up sabotaging the things that had an unintentional effect? It's now, at the time of this recording, 3 days And I don't like people talking down to me when they don't understand the history or the situation. And if you're a really good friend, instead of putting somebody down, you would want to talk to them. But is there really such a thing as a really good friend that will take a bullet for you? Because if you're my friend, you don't talk down to me. If I say something, you don't start, talking down. If you don't understand why I'm saying the things I'm saying or why I'm acting the way I'm acting, then ask. Because I am a misunderstood person, that's true. But everything I say and do has a reason for it. You may not understand it, and that's okay. It's not meant for you to understand it at that point in time. But everything I say and everything I do, there's a reason for it. And do I sometimes go about it the wrong way? Possible. Do I sometimes do things and not thinking about it first? We all do. We're just human, right? I am feeling hurt. I'm feeling betrayed, I guess. I don't know if that's the right word to use right now, but lack of a better. And I feel like, well, I don't know what I feel like. I just know that I've been doing a lot of thinking, and unfortunately, I don't really think it makes a difference. I'm pretty sure the damage is done, and it's something that I have to come to grips with, whether I like it or not, whether I want to realize it. I think that the only thing that I think is out of this is that the lesson learned is the less people you involve in your private life, the better off you are. Because apparently no good can come from getting, the saying, too many cooks in the kitchen spoil the broth? Well, too many people involved in your private life ends up, it will do more harm than good, probably. And then sometimes there are those that will actually take your emotions and use it to their advantage. Or I'm trying not to reveal too much, but life sucks. And sometimes I wonder if I'm better off without any friends whatsoever, Sometimes I'm wondering if it's better to live a life of loneliness than a life with others, Yeah, it's great to have a social circle and everything, but can you really trust anybody these days? I mean, friends come and go, families forever, right? But I don't really have a problem being alone. I don't have a problem traveling with myself. I don't have a problem taking myself out to dinner or going to a museum, the movies. I've been doing it all my life. I'm 43 years old, and I have